Hi, I'm Kia Miller, and I teach yoga at YogaWorks in Santa Monica, Los Angeles. Today we're going to do a yoga sequence that's to open and strengthen your shoulders. So if you're an athlete and your shoulders tend to be quite built, this is going to be a great sequence for you to get more flexibility and openness. And if you're not such an athlete and you spend a lot of time in front of the computer, this is going to be great to help rebalance your upper body and give you some tone and openness. So let's begin. Come on to the top of your mat and stand in Tadasana. Today we're going to do Tadasana with the feet hip distance apart. This gives us a little bit more stability. So you want to have your ankle bone right underneath your hips. And then lift your toes for a moment and really get rooted through the mounds of the big toes, little toes, inner heel and outer heel. Release your toes back down, but keep a sensation of lifting through the arches of your feet. Lift your front thighs, press the tops of the thigh bones back, and then lengthen your tailbone down towards your heels. Great. Now, can you sense a lengthening up through the sides of your waist? Bring your shoulder heads back, shoulder blades down. Great, and then just a little hint of the shoulder blades in towards the chest as you soften these front ribs. Lift through the sides of the neck. Great, and take a couple of deep breaths here. In yoga, the breath is really the most essential part. And now we're going to add a movement. So turn your palms to face toward the sides, and then inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, release your arms down, just warming up the shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, reach up. Keep the legs firm. Exhale and lower. One more. Inhale, reach up. And let's hold it this time. Wrap the outer upper arm forward. Yeah. And then extend through the fingers. But just notice if your shoulders came up around your ears, and now soften the trapezius muscle at the base of the neck. Draw it down your back, shoulder blades down. Yeah. And take another inhale here. And then exhale, bring your hands behind your back, and you're going to interlace your fingers. Relax your shoulders and bring your hands down toward the floor for a moment. And get a nice long neck. Lightly draw the belly in. And then as you inhale, lift the arms up behind you. Pause for a moment as you exhale, so sort of find your edge here. And if this is too much for you, you can always hold a strap behind your back. And now inhale, open up a little bit more. Pause as you exhale. And again, inhale, see if you can get even further back. And then exhale, release. And now inhale, bring your arms back up into the air. Exhale, hands behind your back. You're going to interlace the opposite way. So the opposite thumb on top is almost going to feel like you're holding someone else's hand. And again, relax your shoulders first. Lift through the thighs, firm the legs, and then inhale slowly. Lift the arms up away from your hips. Pause as you exhale. Feel this nice stretch across the front of the chest, in the shoulders. And with each breath, just lift your arms a little bit higher. Find your edge and then breathe into it. It's the deep breath that's going to help you to actually open up in these poses. And then release your hands down. Nice. And inhale. Bring your arms back up. And then as you exhale, bring one of your hands to one of your elbows. Wrap the outer upper arm forward and then press the elbow back and creep your hand down the back of your neck. Keep breathing. Notice what happens here is the chest loves to puff out. So let's not let that happen and soften your front ribs in. Breathe into the back of your body. Keep pressing this elbow back. Full breath. So whatever you feel, wherever the tightness is, take your breath there. And then release, arms up, inhale. And go to the other side. So take your hand, wrap the tricep forward, push the elbow back as you bend at the elbow, and then bring the hand down your back as you push. And keep holding and breathing here. Again, notice what happened to your front ribs. Did they fly up into the air? Soften these ribs down. Take your breath into the back of your body. Can you move your head slightly back into the forearm, and that's going to bring you into a deeper stretch still. Great. And then inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, hands down. One more here. Inhale, reach your arms out. Exhale, one elbow underneath the other. So this could be as far as you get. This is fine. Just bring the shoulder blades down your back and breathe into that space between your shoulder blades. Maybe you can hook the palms together. Now can you begin to lift the elbows up toward the sky? Again, the main thing is here, we want to breathe between the shoulder blades. Take your breath like a little refreshing broom all the way through the lungs, opening the back of your body. And then inhale, arms out, and exhale the other side. Again, you can pause here, especially if you're pretty muscular in your upper body. This could be as far as you go right now. Maybe the palms come together. Start to lift your elbows. Take your breath deep into the back of your body. So you feel the back of your lungs as expansive as the front of your lungs. Really nice. And then inhale, arms out. And exhale, hands down. Step your feet together now, and we're going to move on into more of a strengthening sequence. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. Connect to your breath. Let's take a deep inhale. Full exhale. And then inhale, pressing into the feet. Let's reach the arms up. Exhale and fold. Fold from your hips. You might need a little bend in your knees as you fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. And then exhale, step back into plank pose. Top of your push-up, where your shoulders are right over your wrists. You're pressing firmly to the first finger, knuckle, and thumb. Lift the whole front of your body. Lifts to resist the floor. The thighs. Press through your heels, lengthen your sternum forwards. Really nice. Bring the shoulder blades down your back. And take another deep inhale here. Keep the thighs lifting. And then exhale, slowly come back into downward facing dog. And if your hamstrings feel tight, let's go ahead and put a little bend in the knees. Push into the palms and lift your hips up and back. If you want a little bit more in the hamstrings, let's go ahead and take an inhale first. And then as you exhale, press your heels toward the floor. Maybe stretching the hamstrings, the calves. And notice if your chest is dipping way toward the floor. If it is, lift your front floating ribs up towards your spine. And now let's inhale, come forward into plank again. Hold here. And just let the power of the pose begin to reveal itself. We hold and we breathe. Equal balance, both hands, both feet. Notice if you're sagging in the middle, lift the thighs. Press through the heels. Front ribs up and in, heart forwards. Take another inhale here. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Just turn your heels so they disappear behind your toes. And now we're going to go into a little chaturanga. We call it little chaturanga push-up. Inhale, come forward into plank again. Pop your knees to the floor as you exhale. Take an inhale. Keep the middle of your body lifted. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Shoulder heads the height of your elbows. Inhale, push up. Exhale, keep the elbows tight and lower. Inhale, push up. We're going to do one more. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, push up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment. Take your gaze in one place between your heels. That'll help to focus your mind. Full breath. And now let's come forward again. Inhale, come to plank. You can either place your knees back on the floor or this time keep your legs straight. Inhale here. And then exhale, elbows hug the sides of your body. Slowly lower halfway down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. We're going one more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. And then downward facing dog. Press into the hands, lift the hips up and back. And then slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet and fold. You might want a little bend in your knees or your legs could be straight. Depends on how open you feel in your hamstrings. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then inhale. And on an exhale, bring your arms overhead. Again, if you can't reach your hands, you can hold a strap behind your back here. And notice where the weight is in your feet. Most of us hang out in our heels. So let's press the weight toward the fronts of the heels and notice how that starts to open up the backs of the legs more. Lift the thighs. Even see if you can lift your hamstrings, the backs of your legs. Let your neck be soft and long. And then press into your feet and inhale, rise. Pause as you exhale. Inhale, arms up into the air. And exhale, hands behind your back. This time interlace the weird way again. It's like you're holding someone else's hand. Lift through the thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. And then exhale, bow forward. You're bowing from the hips. It's fine again if you want a little bend in your knees. Deep, full breaths, bringing your arms overhead toward the floor, keeping the weight in the fronts of your heels, your neck long. Forward bends really rejuvenating for your nervous system, head's lower than the heart. Just letting all of your tensions, concerns, worries drift away out through the crown of your head. And then release your hands down. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. And inhale, come on up. Take a moment, close your eyes again, and just notice how you feel in your shoulders. A little more open. Nice. Namaste. Thank you.